The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. The Bears 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 38 yards on the scamper there.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Barkley, inside handoff. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on third down.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Off-play action. Strong steps away. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
From the 24, Fields into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine me.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
handoff up the middle. Hunt. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Here's Fields.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
With it is Jackson.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Strong. He sets to fire deep. This is intercepted.
Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Back to throw, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They run right side with Hunt. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Fields.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
To throw is Fields.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll go to Barkley again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Strong. His throw incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Off play action. Strong. He finds his man, complete. It's Curtis. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown, Giants! A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Gano the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room.
Following the fumble recovery, Strong. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man, complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Darius Slayton,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A first down carry for Barkley. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Gano's kick is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll go out of bounds, but 10 yards inside of enemy territory at the 40. Great return. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They go play action here on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Gano's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Fields throwing again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats! Let's go!
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Yannick Ngakoue drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taking it about the 36. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Strong. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
2nd and 14.
Off the play fake. Strong. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Maurice Hurst drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game?
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Saquon Barkley running right, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Giants.
Colin Johnson,
73 yards.
And the Giants start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Locates Claypool on the crossing route. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3rd and 2, Fields. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Hunt will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now
as he's on to punt for New York. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Now Fields.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. Fields. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
To try again after the sack. Fields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That sack by Khalil Mack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to get the football back. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Giants, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.